Mackenzie, and this is my dog Benny, and my group wanted to test out generalization with Benny and his bark box, which he receives every single month, that contains goodies and treats and things that Benny loves. So he's conditioned himself to get excited when this box comes every month. What I started to notice was that anytime I got any package that was such a similar shape or size, but he was getting excited. He just assumed whatever was in the box was his. So he wanted to see if Benny had experienced generalization by a couple of tests, which the first one was giving him a box that was very similar to the bark box but wasn't, to see what he would do. What exactly is generalization in the simplest terms?
To tell when he gets his bark box in the mail. With our first experiment, we wanted to see if he would still associate a box that was the same size and shape as his bark box, even though it was a different color and didn't have the same stuff inside, if he would still associate that box with his bark box. Our first experiment showed that he still got as excited as he would if his bark box came in the mail, until he opened the package and see that it had shoes inside instead of treats for him. And he quickly lost interest when he realized it wasn't his bark box. This is an example from our book where researchers used Pavlov's theory and got dogs to associate a certain tone with the retrieval of food whenever they would receive food. And the dog, whenever the scientists used different tones, the dog still salivated thinking they were going to get food. So this kind of shows that example that we had from our book to show that even though the package that we gave Benny was a different color, even though it was the same shape and size, he still associated it with his bark box and getting treats.
What'd you get in the mail? What'd you get in the mail? It's shoes.
So to conclude what Kenzie and Tarina was saying, basically Benny started to go through the extinction phase, but at first you could see that any box that came to the door he would basically bark at because he thought that it was his bark box every time, which this is a process called stimulus generalization, where an organism responds to in a similar fashion to two or more stimuli. So of course Benny thought that every box that came to the door was his bark box. After a while, Benny started to stop barking because he noticed that every box that came to the door was not his bark box, which starts to mark down the phase of extinction.